So by now, everyone has seen the trades going down across the league, and with a major one being the Klay Thompson trade to Dallas, the Warriors turned around and made an immediate move to snatch up Buddy Hield. With teams such as the Pistons and Lakers in question of landing him, Buddy ultimately chose the Warriors as his destination, and trust me, he did this with a profound answer to go along with it. Hield stated that he chose to go to the Warriors over both of those teams due to there being a chance to win. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Hield believes he has a better chance of winning with Golden State over LA, and whether you agree or not, Hield in the Bay makes a lot of sense. With Klay Thompson leaving for Dallas, the Warriors' iconic Splash Brothers duo has come to an end, but however, by introducing another lethal shooter, they've initiated a new dynamic duo I like to call the Net Burners. Buddy Hield brings another floor spacing presence who can seamlessly get into his shots, and since 2017, there's only been one guy who has made more threes than him over this time, and guess who that might be? Well, if you guessed his new teammate is Stephen Curry, then you would be correct. I know when some people go look at Buddy's stats and see that he only averaged 12 points on 43% shooting from the field and 38% from deep, they could assume that he took a step back and isn't as valuable, but keep in mind, he played on two different teams this past season. If we look at just 1 year prior at the 2023 season where Buddy spent his time with one team, he averaged 16 points on 45% shooting from the field and 42% from deep, and if you ask me, this is a lot closer to the actual representation of his game. When you look at great shooters, they don't just forget how to shoot the ball all of a sudden, as it's a skill that sticks around forever, so if you're to have a slump or a bad year, it's all about locking back in that gym and maybe adding in a change of scenery. For Buddy, he did the latter as we can see, but why exactly is he such a valuable asset to this Warriors team? Well, we all know that he's a lethal shooter from deep, but there's something that lies beneath that most people probably overlook. When I put this assist stat on the screen, what exactly comes to your mind? For a lot of you, you probably think this isn't anything to highlight or be amazed about, but when you actually analyze some film, you can see why his passing is much more valuable than what the numbers suggest. With his three-point shooting being a threat to the defense, you'll see both defenders lunge out to Buddy when he runs off this screen, and yeah, you already can see what's coming. It's a simple pass right through the middle for a Jalen Smith slam. This might seem simple, and if Buddy was an average shooter from deep, these hedges wouldn't be so aggressive, but since he can light you up at any moment, the defense will totally forget about their man, which gives up an easy look for Toppin, so that's when the defense will have to rotate down, opening up a three at the top of the key. When you look at the Warriors system, Draymond Green is the one who catches the pass on these rolls to the rim, so when you put shooters like Hield and Curry on the court together, it can cause a lot of damage. Take this play for an example. We see Curry get doubled out high here, so he throws it over the top to Green, and just imagine right here you have Buddy Hield in that corner, waiting to knock down that three ball. I know a lot of people overlook Draymond's game at times due to his antics and everything, but his ability to be a connector will help out in these situations, and not only will it benefit the shooters, but with the gravity Hield possesses due to his shooting, it'll open up easy looks at the basket as well. It's not necessarily that Buddy is some great passer or anything, but when you see that 1, 2, 3 defenders are all locked in on him, it makes it easy to drop this off to Jackson, who can then go score. Now, not every defense will give up that bucket off the roll so easily, so you must have another option to go to, and with Buddy being aware that Horford is rotating over to take it away, this pass to the opposite corner becomes the primary target instead. You truly must think quick in these situations where two defenders are closing out on you, and although he could quickly get into a jumper right here, the unselfish and smarter play is made and ends up in a Bruce Brown 3. I know for a lot of people that watch Warriors games, Klay would make the correct pass at times, but there were those other times where he would just come off screens like this and launch a three-pointer, so when you see that Buddy can choose to stay patient, allowing for the defense to jump on that trampoline, to then send this pass over the top, it further shows you his unselfish nature. Bringing in someone like this can uplift the team in a major way, and when you look at possessions like this here, there's one guy back in De'Aaron Fox. Now, usually we would see defenders split the ground between the two offensive players pushing down the floor, but in today's game with shooters like Hield, the three ball could be unleashed at any time, so Fox is forced to step up, and instead of chucking one up from deep, Buddy wraps this pass around Fox to bounce it to Smith for a layup. Yeah, his passing and ability to open up scoring opportunities for his teammates is majorly overlooked, but this is probably because the focal point of his game is that scorching hot shooting. Just like that gravity he has that helps him open up looks for his teammates, well, it generates shots for himself as well. Since Buddy is a threat from 30 feet away from the basket, defenders will react hard on a simple up fake, and now with nothing but space and opportunity, he can let it fly. Other times it won't even take a pump fake, as he just has to look at the rim to make the defender jump out, and although the help defender tries to contest, this gap of space is just too much, and now you're watching the ball fall through the basket. When you're dealing with a shooter of this caliber, you can't give them any room to get their shot off, and trust me, I truly mean that. Like look at this play here. Kispert probably thinks he's in great position to take away that 3-ball, but with someone like Buddy who can get the shot off in a blink of an eye, you're gonna have to be right at his chest to take away that shot. When looking at this play here, for most guys in the league, this pass to Nesmith would seem like the more feasible option, but like we just talked about, when he can see the rim clearly and you're not standing right in front of him, well you might as well get to jogging back the other way. This quick and confident trigger is why these pump fakes are so useful, because once he does get you to bite on that fake, he can be in the shot motion before you can even get the chance to fully turn around. This high level of shooting will make it a focal point for the defense to get him off the line, so that's why you'll see both Schroeder and OG try to contest him, but they end up running into each other after getting faked out, and now they can go grab some popcorn and watch the show. It's already deadly enough to use those fakes to get the defender in the air, but when you add in his movement off the ball, this is where the defenders can get caught sleeping, and now you must pay up. For example, when Buddy kicks it out to top in here, he doesn't just give up on the play, and instead he relocates out to the wing when OG doesn't follow him and Scotty fails to rotate, so now when McConnell slings it out to him off the drive, he can let the defender fly by on the aggressive closeout and sidestep to knock down the pull-up. Now listen here and bring your imagination. Let's plug and play Golden State players into this scenario. Let's say that this is Stephen Curry, this right here can be Draymond, and we'll say Kuminga is the one with the ball. Well, we all know that Curry is a deadly shooter, so when Buddy sets the screen, this will make the defender get up high to go over to stay attached. But in the same vein, if the defense doesn't communicate, well now you're going to have two guys guarding one, leaving Buddy to run out. Now while this is happening, we all understand how deadly of a passer Draymond is off these short roll feeds, so this will make the big man focus strictly on getting back, not even realizing that a shooter is flaring out. So now since Hield is uncovered, he can catch it while giving a look at the rim, and for the second time in this video, we see Trey get off his feet, and Buddy can now sink it for the straight, hold on. Everybody say it with me, and Buddy can now sink it for the straight cash. A lot of these ways that Buddy gets open will work perfectly with the Golden State system, because when Curry and Draymond run that two-man game up top, it's going to force guys to stop Curry when coming off the screen, and for the big man, they'll have to stay and contain Draymond, so if rotations don't happen quick enough, well you already know what's coming next. I can't stress it enough that it's highly important for defenses to pinpoint where shooters will be and stay attached, because when you lose track of guys who move fluidly throughout the offense, all this does is give up wide open looks at the basket, and it'll also force your defense into scramble mode, which then opens up these dump offs. Now all of this isn't to say that Buddy is some generational passer or some guy who's going to score 30 points a night while tormenting your defense, but with these tools in the bag, he'll be a lethal option placed next to Curry. If you're in transition, well you won't have that luxury to be unaware of where he's at, as wide open looks like this give him a boost of confidence. If you get caught under the screen and your big fails to step out, well you're allowing free points to be put on the board, and when he finally gets in his zone, Buddy can grab those fries at the bottom of the bag and go eat. The Warriors may have lost Klay Thompson, and trust me, he'll never be replaced as the player he was, but bringing in another sniper will make those nets burn night in and night out. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.